If you want to be unstoppable when you have a loved one critically ill in intensive care, stay tuned. I've got news for you. My name is Patrick Hutzel from intensivecarehotline.com, and I have another quick tip for families in intensive care. So, when you have a loved one critically ill in intensive care, I can understand how overwhelmed you are. You feel absolutely powerless in the beginning. You feel like you have no control, no influence, you have no say whatsoever. But you can be extremely powerful if you choose to. Let's take one step back. Before your loved one went into intensive care and is critically ill, you weren't sitting at home thinking, oh, I wonder what I should do if my loved one goes into intensive care and is critically ill. You're not doing that. No one's doing that. Now, when S hits the fan, when your loved one is critically ill in intensive care, of course, all of a sudden you realize, well, shit really hits the fan, and now I need to change my approach. And in the last few days, I've just published a series of testimonials from our clients where we have saved their loved one's life in intensive care with our consulting and advocacy. And what makes families in intensive care really unstoppable and is going from a place to, well, your loved one is definitely going to die. You should just stop treatment and you should just stop everything to, well, we're not giving up, and we know what questions to ask. We know our rights, and then your loved one in intensive care is actually going to survive. Once again, we have countless testimonials on our website at intensivecarehotline.com, and we have countless interviews from clients on our intensivecarehotline.com podcast that verify that we have helped them to save their loved one's life in intensive care, even though they were severely critically ill. So it all comes down to a number of things. Number one, you have to be accountable, right? If you go in there and you think, oh, well, I have no influence, I have no control, I have no power, the intensive care team will call the shot. That is exactly what's going to happen. If you, however, go in there and you say, well, I have control, I have power, I have influence, and I know how my loved one gets best care and treatment, well, exactly, that is exactly what's going to happen. Your mindset is absolutely critical, right? Next, they do take, once again, accountability, but they also get professional help. They get the second opinion that they can get from us here at intensivecarehotline.com. They get step-by-step processes. They get step-by-step questions that they need to ask, or we get on a call with you and the doctors and nurses directly. We talk to case managers. We talk to doctors, nurse practitioners, whoever you want us to talk to. And we do ask the right questions, right? And you will see how the dynamics shift in your favor. Next, number 3, they also get access to the medical records, right? And once again, that is something that you need to do, and that is inevitable. You need to get access to the medical records so that you can get that second opinion. Asking questions is great, and that needs to happen, but also you need to get access to the medical records so you can actually see what's happening in real time, right? Next, they don't give up. They never give up, right? Giving up is not part of their vocabulary. And that is also important. Many of you watching this, would have seen intensive care teams now giving you the doom and gloom and the negativity. And, and if they've told you your loved one is not going to survive, but your loved one is still living, still alive, well, you have to question their clinical judgment, right? And every day your loved one is alive weakens their argument, right? You have to question their clinical judgment. What's their agenda, right? Next, you actually do know their agenda. You actually do know intensive care teams' agendas, and you do know that they need to manage beds. You do know that they need to manage staff. You do know that they need to manage finances. And there's conflict of interest often, in terms of what your critically ill loved one should get in situations like that, which is best care and treatment. And last but not least, you have researched alternatives for your critically ill loved one, whether that's alternative treatment, whether that's going to another hospital, that's all part of the equation of, being unstoppable when you have a loved one critically ill in intensive care. And last, and as a bonus, families in intensive care that are unstoppable, they never give up, never, ever, right? And those are the attributes of families in intensive care that are unstoppable. I've seen it over the years because We have helped hundreds, if not thousands of clients over the years and members here at intensivecarehotline.com to improve their lives instantly, including saving their loved one's life in intensive care. And once again, you can verify that on our testimonial section at intensivecarehotline.com and on our intensivecarehotline.com podcast section where we've done client interviews. I've worked in critical care nursing for 25 years in 3 different countries, where I worked as a nurse manager for over 5 years. And I've been consulting and advocating for families in intensive care since 2013 here at intensivecarehotline.com. And once again, I can very confidently say that we have saved many lives for our clients in intensive care. Once again, you can verify that on our testimonial section and at intensivecarehotline.com and on our podcast section at intensivecarehotline.com. That's one of the many reasons that I do one-on-one consulting and advocacy over the phone, Zoom, Skype, WhatsApp, whichever medium works best for you. I talk to you and your families directly. I talk to doctors and nurses directly. I handhold you through this once-in-a-lifetime situation that you simply can't afford to get wrong. And when I talk to doctors and nurses directly, I ask the question that you haven't even considered asking, but must be asked when you have a loved one critically ill in intensive care. I also represent you in family meetings with intensive care teams. We also do medical record reviews in real time so that you can get a second opinion in real time. We also do medical record reviews after intensive care if you have unanswered questions, if you need closure, or if you are suspecting medical negligence, and all of that you get. And we also have a membership for families of critically ill patients in intensive care. And you can become a member if you go to intensivecarehotline.com, if you click on the membership link, or if you go to intensivecaresupport.org direct. In the membership, you have access to me and my team 24 hours a day in the membership area and via email, and we answer all questions intensive care related. You also get exclusive access to 21 ebooks and 21 videos that I've personally written and recorded and that are only exclusive for our members, that are relevant for the situations when you have a loved one critically ill in intensive care. And all of that you get at intensivecarehotline.com. Call us on one of the numbers on the top of our website, or simply send us an email to support@intensivecarehotline.com with your questions. And if you like my videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel for regular updates for families in intensive care. Click the like button, click the notification bell, comment below what you want to see next, what questions and insights you have. Share this video with your friends and families. I also do a weekly YouTube live where I answer your questions live on a show, and you will get notification for the YouTube live if you are a subscriber to my email newsletter, or if you are a subscriber to my intensivecarehotline.com email newsletter at intensivecarehotline.com. Thank you so much for watching. This is Patrick Hutzel from intensivecarehotline.com, and I will talk to you in a few days. Take care for now.